Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my lovely day off. Now, today I will be talking about a fragrance that is not new. It's a Harrods exclusive, though. And this fragrance, ever since its release, has been a consistent fan favorite, garnering a lot of positive reviews online and offline. And so, when I caught wind of this fragrance through my friend Michael Nowicki, I said, I gotta review it, I gotta have it, gotta try it. And so for the past week, I've been wearing this fragrance so I can give you guys a definitive review, a breakdown on this fragrance. So maybe in the future, this might be something that will be your favorite. So let's go break this down. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel as we head towards 28,000 subscribers. So please continue all your support, guys. Deep dive into my over 900 no hype videos and shop at our affiliate links and with our decanters that help us out, like Nowicki Decants. I got a link down below. Thank you so much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than the Harrods exclusive Nihilo Brompton Immortals Extrait De Parfum. Yes, Brompton Immortals Extrait De Parfum. Right here, right now, here in the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel. No hype. Anyways, this fragrance right here is care of Michael Nowicki of Nowicki Decants, who sent this over. Thank you so much, Michael. And I do have a 10% off discount code down there. Link below. Troy D 24/7 Mall is the discount code to get 10% off all products from Nowicki Decants. And he's got everything under the sun, including this one right here. And because this is an expensive Harrods exclusive, it would be wise to get a sample from Michael Nowicki. Anyways, what is up with this fragrance right here? So this fragrance right here, as most of y'all know, is a Harrods exclusive. The original EDP is a Harrods exclusive. And just a disclaimer, I have never tried the original EDP. There's not much difference on the pyramid, actually, or the notes. And some say that this one right here is more masculine and heavier. Makes sense. But yeah, I'll leave that to that. I do not have the comparison with the EDP right there. If y'all want to help with the comments below, that would be great. And concept-wise, guys, this fragrance is an ode to the British avant-garde, the British innovators. I'm just going to say the British wealthy innovators. I'm going to say that. And also, Immortals comes from the concept of Egyptian immortality. To me, it's the performance. Okay, to me, the immortality is the performance. But really, right here, it is a fusion of, like I said, British avant-garde as well as Egyptian immortality as the concept of this fragrance right here. But yet again, we're getting a lot of positive feedback on this fragrance and a lot of notes that sound very familiar to everybody, but people are saying that it's much more complex than that. So here I am to break down this fragrance right here. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Nihilo Brompton Immortals Extrait De Parfum right here, Harrods exclusive. And let me tell you all, the intro is where it's at. The opening is where it's at. So impactful, so complex, so rich smelling. What can I say? This is really where it's at. And I remember spraying this on me when we visited Harrods in England, and that's what I remember. Okay, I tried a lot of perfumes over there at the Harrods 7th floor, or 6th floor rather. And this one definitely gave me an impact on first spray. And definitely right now as I'm wearing it, same thing. Right here in the opening, guys, you're going to get the notes of saffron, pink pepper, hints of rose, and the early appearance of the florals, the white florals. And it is a combination that I know when you look at it, you're just like, oh, it's saffron, it's rose. This might be your typical, almost like Arabic combination of saffron and rose. But let me tell you all that it's not. And that's why the intro is so likable, because it uses notes that are almost like guaranteed hitters, guaranteed heavy hitters, guaranteed compliment getters, but it's mixed in a way that is different. It smells rich, complex, And to me, I mean, that's the one thing I said to myself. I was like, there's no redundancy right here. So let's describe it. Okay, so definitely you have the saffron. Definitely you have the spiciness of the pink peppercorn. But in my opinion, it is the early appearance of these white florals, jasmine, and Lissy Lang. Lissy Lang is also a white floral that really creates some sort of freshness into the mix that gives you this almost like a mood enhancing feel, this lingering, airy mood enhancing feel, despite having spicy notes and even shades of Bulgarian rose right here in the opening. And so when I first smelled it, I was like, whoa. I mean, I'm getting the spices, I'm getting the saffron, I'm getting just lingers of the Bulgarian rose. It's not consistent. Bulgarian rose is usually a dark rose. Here you get whiffs here and there of that Bulgarian rose, but it's the balance of the Lissy Lang, which is a white floral that has spicy and fruity sweet facets, with the jasmine that creates that lingering, almost like watery and airy feel. And in my opinion, you also have musk that comes in early as well in this fragrance. So it comes out very complex from the get-go, but nevertheless still has those notes that are going to be familiar to y'all. And there are some people that are even comparing parts of it to Baccarat Rouge. I get it. Baccarat Rouge is part saffron, part jasmine. You know, and put together, you've got that Baccarat smell. Well, you kind of have it right here, but it's much more complex than that, with some spices, with hits of Bulgarian rose. But it's really, in my opinion, the white florals, the mix of jasmine and this Lissy Lang, that creates that mood enhancing push from the get-go. Again, really lovely saffron florals, like a white floral mood enhancing boom, and hints of Bulgarian rose from the get-go on this fragrance. Now, my first impression was, wow, okay, this one right here is super nice. I feel like a lot of people are gonna like it. It's definitely appealing, and it's definitely luxurious. There's something about the combination of the spices and just the very, you know, the hints, like I said, the hints of Bulgarian rose, not being super like heavy or consistent, but the hints of the Bulgarian rose plus the mood enhancing facets of the white florals and the musk, in my opinion, creates a very luxurious type of feel, especially for the wearer. And a lot of people, you know, the feedback feels like you're driving in a Ferrari, you're driving in a Rolls Royce, coming out in your suit. It does feel like that wearing this fragrance. I mean, and when I got to smell this at Harrods, same thing, right? It was that same luxurious backdrop, and I felt that Brompton Immortals Extrait literally gave me that kind of feeling, that kind of aura while being in that kind of environment. So, I mean, definitely this was made for an upscale type of feel, and you will feel that immediately. And again, for those that like breaking down notes, or for those that are used to different notes, you're going to enjoy the complexity or the way that it's blended here, because it is quite different, even with these notes that you seem familiar to. Okay, so this is a big one. Let's talk about initial sillage and projection of Brompton Immortals Extrait De Parfum. This fragrance right here, guys, to the wearer, okay, to the wearer, even to me when I wear it, it feels like a central lingering scent. You know, to me it's kind of like that. Like, it feels like a mood enhancing push, like I said, with hints of the rose, hints or shades of dark rose, and then some spices, sure, aromatic, but it's the florals, right? But let me tell y'all this, that this thing is literally a monster in terms of the performance. So I've worn and reviewed, you know, over 1,000, you know, perfumes, different perfumes, guys. And I've never had anybody like literally tell me to stay away from them. just because it was too strong for their sensitive nose. Okay, so if you're watching this video, it's a coworker, and mind you, this thing right here garners lots of compliments. Okay, my wife loves it, complimented me on this, but so did a lot of people when I would wear this fragrance. However, when I conservatively wore this, I had a coworker that literally said, like, I'm sensitive to smells. And this is the first time she's ever told me that. Okay, I've worn other scents around this lady, but she said, you gotta go to the other side of, you know, the hospital, like the other side of the unit, because it's too much. And I was like, wow, okay, that was you know, a different type of feedback, considering that I only sprayed conservative sprays of this fragrance, right? And I realized that part of the boost of this fragrance has to be ambroxan or ambrofix, which is something that's also, in my opinion, in Blue Talisman, but here it's really used. Okay, it's really used. It's here in the mid as well. And I think that this ambrofix or ambroxan, this fixative, really boosts the performance, the sillage, into really monstrous levels that as the wearer, I really didn't feel that. You know, to me, I was wearing like a nice, luxurious, lingering scent, but then to others, you know, to that lady at least, it was really, really strong. And that's the first time in like 2 to 3 years that she's ever said that. So that told me, and even when I came back 4 hours later, I'm like, is it still there? She's like, yeah, still very strong. 4 hours later. So I think that this is because of some ambrofix that's right here in the middle of this fragrance. But yes, with that being said, if you spray this fragrance, maybe get a decant like this, because 2 sprays is more than enough. This one right here that I sprayed right now, that's more than enough. It does create a monstrous sillage around you, or it might be too heavy for other people, because it's that ambrofix again, that again is kind of like a toss-up. Like, some people really like it and some people really don't like it. You know, it feels very like chemically, you know, to some people. Okay, I don't know if that's a word, but definitely be careful with the sprays because it is very strong. Okay, so now let's head into the mid of this fragrance right here. Now, the mid is going to be floral, but it does have that ambrofix. Like I said, you definitely will have that boost of ambroxan here in the mid, and also it's going to be flanked by more of that Bulgarian rose, the hints of the Bulgarian rose, non-consistent here and there, which is great. That's exactly how I want it, actually, because this would be a rose scent if it was a heavier Bulgarian rose, as well as those florals of jasmine and lis ilang. Lis ilang definitely continues the white floral and also the spicy part, because it has a spicy profile as well. That started off by the saffron and the pink pepper. It feels like a continuation, honestly, continuing here in the mid. But again, if you catch that ambrofix, you're definitely gonna get it at the mid of this fragrance. It's definitely strong, and again, it goes with the florals. It's a combination of deeper, darker florals, and again, the same brighter, whiter florals that actually wakes you up in the middle continues on in the mid right here for the next like 4 to 5 hours of this scent. Okay, so now let's head into the dry down of this fragrance right here. Now, I would say near the 6th hour, okay, patchouli takes over. All right, patchouli, in my opinion, is definitely one of those notes that's a perfect transition from any like rose type of mid. And so patchouli, the darker, earthier patchouli, does take over towards the dry down, and it's flanked by olibanum, it's flanked by vanilla, it's flanked by musk. It's still got that ambrofix kind of sandwiching everything right there, but it is definitely darker. It's woodsier, earthier, darker. It's got some incense, but it's kind of like a light incense, and it's got some slight sweetness of vanilla. A lot of people consider this dry down really, really nice. I mean, if you've never had like a woodsy, earthy, like olibanum type of dry down with amber and musk, then, you know, this is it right here, because you'll have that kind of combination here in the dry down. But one thing I will say is that it's a darker transition from everything that you'll get. Is it like way in the end that it gets darker? Yes, it is. Meaning this first to mid, although like I said, it has hints of darker notes, no, it's still gonna be kind of like this spicy, aromatic, ambro fix, white floral type of lingering, booming scent that, you know, like I said, it's not completely dark. I mean, first to mid is going to be really balanced and then gets darker on the dry down. Okay, so what do I think of this fragrance right here, Brompton Immortals Extrait De Parfum? It's a very likable perfume. It's got these elements that are super likable that we know, but then actually mingles all these notes together in a way that maybe some of y'all, even with me that I've tried thousands of perfumes, have never seen before. You know, just that balanced combination, which has, you know, things that we love: saffron, jasmine, ambrofix, rose, Bulgarian rose, as well as patchouli, amber, musk. All these things we really like. We've smelled in other fragrances, but the way that it's done here is in a very nice balance. But ultimately, it will, you know, make you smell like Harrods, you know, which is why it's probably a Harrods exclusive, because it's there to make you smell rich. It's actually designed to be sold for, you know, the rich people or fragrance enthusiasts that go to the 6th floor and, you know, try this exclusive. Like, hey, this is our exclusive for Ex Nihilo. And they're just like, oh, this smells really luxurious. Well, damn right it is, because it has those combinations: Bulgarian rose, saffron, but then also there's that hidden ambro fix right there, hidden lissy lang, hidden jasmine, to really balance it out. So it's not like just everyone else's saffron rose type of fragrance. Even the rose, like I said, the fact that it's like this here and there Bulgarian rose, I feel is really awesome, balanced with the white florals that are already in here. And of course, let's not forget that spicy intro. So I'm going to say that this one right here, usage wise, is going to be an upscale grabber, but an upscale grabber that you're actually going to use. All right. It's not like just a special occasions fragrance. And it's also going to be a mood type of perfume. And it's also going to be a type of perfume that you're going to use whenever you're going to really dress up and look like $1,000,000. This is a fragrance that's going to help you smell like $1,000,000, no doubt. And that's why the common consensus is that's what it is. And I can definitely feel that wearing this fragrance right here. Is it like for men and women? I mean, definitely I would say that this is masculine leaning, at least for me, because it's the combination of the pink pepper, saffron, and the white florals. The white florals are there to really create almost like a fresh mood enhancing spicy gent scent feel. You know, which is really weird because we're talking about notes of saffron and rose here and pink peppercorn, but it does create kind of like that British, like almost like spicy mood enhancing thing with like the musks and the florals. But then you do have these elements of spices and rose, which is really crazy, these luxurious elements. So it's a great fusion. But for me, it's more masculine than feminine. People are saying that the original EDP is more unisex. I mean, I've yet to try that. I would love to at some point. But this one here feels like a rich man's perfume. And also, one thing I like about this one, because of the commingling of all these like deeper, darker notes, I think that this one here goes from like whatever age all the way to like middle-aged man and beyond. Like, I feel like even if I hit 50, right, I would still wear this. I would wear this to a vacation going back to Europe in my 50s. I could wear this one right here. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a mental note right now to do that. Maybe 10 years later, hopefully this is still around, that I can still wear it when I'm 50. But definitely this one right here is, God, like upscale up to mature man if you'd like to. Okay. And now weather-wise though, this one right here to me is going to be a cool to cold weather scent. Okay. Although this can be worn in the spring, sure, I can see that. But then you do have that darker transition towards the end. You've got darker notes really lingering around in the beginning. And let's not forget that sometimes that ambro fix really feels like a heavy cloud. Again, to me, felt lingering, musky, ambery, but then, you know, this might feel like a heavy cloud to others. Therefore, in my opinion, this is a cool to cold weather perfume. plus AC environments. I don't think it's really suitable for summer, if that makes sense. But anywhere that there's AC, sure, why not? Go wear it. Okay, now total performance on this fragrance is over 12 hours. This thing is actually way more than that. I feel like it's like 16 hours. It is a very long-lasting perfume, and let me tell you this, that of course, the strength is going to be consistent over those hours. I mean, this thing felt like it didn't get weaker, to be honest. So that's why I'm saying spray it conservatively, because yeah, just a few sprays will create that strong scent around you, this aura scent or room filling scent, even invasive scent. So, you know, definitely long lasting as well on that. And a lot of people nowadays like that. So I think that, you know, for those that like, you know, for those performance heads, you might really enjoy this one right here. Okay, and finally, let's look at the cost right here of this fragrance, and is it a full bottle worthy scent? $560, guys, through Harrods for 100 ml, which is, in my opinion, a good price. I mean, a lot of fragrances are on this range, like 200, 300, 400, guys. You're getting a Harrods exclusive, without a doubt, an Extrait De Parfum, a long-lasting, super strong perfume. Something that maybe 2 sprays out of your 100 ml bottle will make you last until you're 50. Like what I want to do, right? I want to wear this when I'm 50. So this might last you until then, just because a few sprays really create that kind of performance already. So definitely this would be a bottle that would last you a long time. So I think that the price is definitely worth it, but just in case you have your reservations, again, go to the wiki decants below, get a decant, even something as small as 2 ml all the way to 10 ml, or I think he even does more than that. Go do that then and spend much less than $560. Go to the wiki decants and get that discount so you can try this one, or have, you know, kind of like a pocket bottle ready to go whenever you're gonna go to your luxurious travels. I think it's worth it, full bottle. I think it's also worth it to get a very generous sample through the wiki decants right here. And that is it. That is my no hype review on ex Nihilo Brompton Immortals Extrait De Parfum. Again, big thanks to Michael Nowicki of Nowicki Decants. Link below with the discount, Troy D 24/7 Mall, 10% off, guys. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance right here. Did my review jive with yours, or what you got wearing this fragrance? I would love to know. And if you love this fragrance so much, it's part of your rotation, I would love to know as well. I want that feedback. As long as it is respectful to others and myself, we'll definitely include it right here. And for those that want to know what's next, guys, I'm going to do Amouage Remain, which seems like the next logical choice in the Amouage Essences collection. I just did Sequence. If you haven't seen that, watch that. It's the video before this. I also got Serjoff Gibeon coming up, as well as Gypsy Water Absolute by Byredo. So it's a bunch of things, guys. I think there's Bond Number 9 Good Oud as well. So I'm going to do all of those eventually, guys. Hope and pray that I have all the time to do this stuff right here, that I have the energy, guys. Cheer me on to do these, because there's a lot. Seems like there's a lot, guys, and there's more coming. So thank you so much for watching and always supporting. That gives me that energy every single day. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Take care. Peace.